I had so much fun making these really easy plush tree decorations, so let's get into it. First, I started off with this wooden cutout that I got from Dollar Tree. I really like the shape and the size of these. I figured this would be the perfect stencil to use. And I start off by simply cutting off the hanger and using this to trace out the shape. I got all these beautiful fabrics from Hobby Lobby. They were all half off, but the little rolls in the corner there, those are from Dollar Tree. So you can also find some really pretty fabrics there as well. I started off with this one here, and I'm simply going to roll it out and use the cutout as my stencil. So I make sure that my fabric is folded over. That way I can trace and cut out both sides of my plush tree all at once. It just saves time. And I am using a pen to make my marks. You want to be careful whatever you decide to use, that it will not bleed through. At first I had a marker and it bled right through, and I don't want to see the markings on my tree. So I use this pen and I cut off the excess and then cut out the shape. So when I'm making my cuts, I like to go slightly outside of my markings just to give myself a little bit of leeway. If I make any mistakes, I can go back in and trim those up without making anything too uneven. And keep those scraps. I don't know what I plan on doing with the scraps just yet, but I have a lot of scraps from a lot of different fabrics since I made a bunch of these recently. And let me know down in the comment section if you have any ideas for the scraps, because I have a ton and I don't want to get rid of them. All right, so now that we have our shapes, I am taking my fabric and folding it inward. That way the pin markings will be on the inside and not on the outside. Also, just for reference, some fabric you get is not going to be reversible, so just keep that in mind. I did run into an issue with one of my fabrics. I didn't record it, but I ended up having to cut it out again. So just make sure that whatever you have is reversible, and if it's not, to cut accordingly. Okay, so I do not sew. I don't like sewing. I'm not good at it. So we're gonna keep this as simple as possible, and we are using some Gorilla Glue sticks. These are not fabric glue sticks, but they do work for fabric. It said so on the package. You can use fabric glue sticks you know, specifically fabric glue sticks if you want to, but I found that this worked just fine. And I'm basically going to work my way starting from the top, adding a little bit of hot glue here and there, letting it cool, then stuffing it with my polyfill. And for the record, I know my voice probably sounds so gross. I've been sick for the last week and a half, and I've only just started getting my voice back. I have been sitting on these videos for so long, and I'm like, okay, let me just go ahead and do it. I know my voice sounds really icky, but I just really wanted to sit down and do this video with you guys. And here's the polyfill. As you see, this bag is huge, and it was only $3.57 at Hobby Lobby. But if you have an old pillow somewhere that you don't care for, just rip it open and use the polyfill out of that. But it was very inexpensive to get this at Hobby Lobby, so highly recommend. So this was my first time making anything like this. I didn't know how much or how little polyfill to use. I didn't know if I wanted them a little bit looser, a little bit softer, if I wanted them more overstuffed and firmed. This one came out a little bit looser. It really just depends on you, how you feel about it. You can stuff it quite a bit, or you could leave it a little bit looser. I like the other ones better, the ones that I like really stuffed full of the polyfill. I feel like it just looked better, but that's, you know, preference. And just make sure you are letting your sections cool, because if you start trying to stuff them while your glue is still hot, you're just the layers are just going to peel away from each other. You're going to end up popping your seam, and yeah, it's just a mess. So I started using this to just flatten it out to keep everything as even as possible. And when putting in the stick, now I just have these regular wooden dowels. I didn't do anything with these wooden dowels at all, not for this material. I like the rustic wood thing. And I put some glue, hot glue, on the end of the wooden dowel because I wanted to keep it in place. Again, that was something else that I didn't do on one of my trees. I forgot to put the glue on the top of the wooden dowel. It was just kind of wiggling around in there. So definitely put some at the tip and then again at the base of your tree just to keep it in place. So after adding my wood dowel, I did some more stuffing and before sealing up the hole. And then I took my scissors and did a little bit of trimming. And I got this pack of wooden stars from Dollar Tree. And for the one you see on the tree I just finished, I didn't do anything to it. I just left it the raw wood color, the same thing I did with the wood dowel. But the rest of these, I decided I wanted to have like a rustic kind of thing. So I took some of the wood dowels, some of these stars, and I stained them with faux stain. I used a brown color mixed with some water and just to thin that out. And I absolutely love how this looked. I love the rustic kind of woodsy grain it gave these stars and the wood dowels. So depending on your design, you will want to paint your wood dowels and your stars differently. The ones I'm showing you right here, I did the faux stain because I wanted these to be for my more rustic kind of farmhousey designs. But there were some I did that were snowy and bright pastel candies. So I ended up painting some white, which I did off camera, and you'll get to get a glimpse of those trees later. But right here, I've already attached it. Now, I had lost some footage. As you can see, I'm on a completely different tree. And it's embellished with this really pretty floral ribbon that I got from Hobby Lobby. And I know I'm a bit out of frame, but I already attached these to some wood slices. I got these from my mother, who I believe got them from Amazon. I'm not 100% sure, but I have seen these at Hobby Lobby before. I've also seen them at Dollar Tree. So you have options. All right, so as you can see, it's already attached to the wood slat. I had my husband drill a hole into these, just part of the way. Me and power tools don't get along, so I asked my husband to do it. And then I got the dowel in and reinforced it with hot glue and E6000. You can also use, no, it was actually wood glue and hot glue that I used, not E6000. So the super wood glue that I get from Dollar Tree. And here's kind of a better angle. And all I'm doing here is just using some random greenery that I got from Hobby Lobby. I am obsessed with their greenery. So I'm just basically playing around with these. There's no right way or wrong way to do these. It really depends on the aesthetic you're trying to reach. I have like these farmhousey, woodsy kind of thing going on for this one. So that is why I'm doing all the greenery. I also did another one with a little cute little snowman that my husband got me from Dollar Tree. And you don't necessarily have to put them on wood slats. I also have a couple of them on foam rounds that I got from Dollar Tree. So really, there's no right or wrong way to do this. Just slap on whatever you like, whatever is to your liking. You can't go wrong. You literally can't go wrong. There's no right way to do this. There's no wrong way to do this. Just go for it. And here is what they all look like finished. I am so obsessed with these. I made so many for a craft sale recently and they sold really well. I still have some left over. If you're interested in purchasing one, just message me and see which ones I still have available. But yeah, super easy to make. They took not too much time, very little money, and they are just so gorgeous. I love these so much. I put the little bows at the base and added a bunch of different types of things. Like I said, you can't go wrong. It just really depends on whatever you want to do. Put things on here to your liking. There's no right or wrong way. It's just have fun with it. Like, don't overthink it. And that's crazy coming from me because I'm the queen of overthink. But just don't overthink it. Just sit down and have fun. Put on a Christmas movie that you enjoy and just have fun with these. Let me know what y'all think about these down in the comment section. I will be coming back at y'all with other videos. I have a ton in the works right now. I've just been getting over this head cold. It had a grip on me, but I'm back, y'all. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.